She looks at her. He says, hello again.
Good evening, my lord.
He says, congratulations on your victory. It was close.
Bree, looks towards, the south.
Kievan definitely begins to wake up now, as they're speaking. Or even Ben is close enough.
Yeah, Kievan be look at them and be like, oh god, grab for his weapons, but then see that he's probably just talking to them.
Bree looks to the south and says, I don't know whether that's a victory, my lord.
Says it is more than we expected, which is a bit problematic. That's why we're here, really. So it says, you know these men, these defenses, and I know them as well as you do. Says, you know that they could hold for a bit longer.
I guess.
Everyone but Baron is working now. He's too tired. As Alaric begins to awaken too. Says, and just looks slightly over to Kieran, then ignores him for the most part. Says, it is a pity, really, that such potential would be wasted through this. She looks at Bree. But it is, in a way, inevitable. This place will fall. In fact, it has to.
Bree narrows her eyes.
So at the others again. Turns a bit to address everyone a little more as his people sort of move. Or it says, Hugo moves up as well. Says, I know you all somewhat well at this point. I am Bryndon Rivers, known by many as the Blood Raven. You can refer to me in any way you please. So looks again and says, I might as well speak to all of you, then, since you're all here and awake. I implore you to abandon this place. In its stead, I would ask that you come with me. There are things that require attention from individuals such as yourselves, and I can always use more. This place, in the grand scheme of things, does not matter, and you will die if you stay here for too long. It is only a matter of time before the forces outside overwhelm the defenses. You have bloodied their nose, but you cannot win. The Tyrells will not come in time. The other fours will arrive here sooner, any day really, and set up a siege on the other side. Defending both sides at once will prove impossible. Looks out to the water. The last of you will jump in and drown. Instead, I would have you come with me north. You expect to Bree. Your talents could be of good use there.
Bree, like inhales to like say something and like splutters out, and her eyes go, like vary from between like narrowed and widened and narrowed again. This is a Blood Raven was always too much for her to process, and she is a little afraid of him.
Yeah, most people are. She looks to the others and says, "You have seen it, some of you. How it will go if you do not change your path." I allow such a change to occur. I will do what I need to do, if you come with me or not. But your lives will have meaning if you do. They will not have meaning if you end them here. Your liege would not approve. I am wanted by one king and the other. But that does not matter. At least you're frowning slightly.
We have already put our lot in here. What makes going on a special unknown mission with you any safer? Especially if we
It is not
survive, we'll
safer.
be hanged.
But it is more important. What happens here will change a battle. But what we are going to do will change the war.
How?
We're going to kill the pretender.
Now the bottle
Kill-
drops. Like the
kill- Kill the Blackfire?
Him and his children.
Give him blinks.
How do you propose we get into his camp?
It is well defended. Even I could not break in there. And that is why this place must fall. It cannot succeed. You cannot best the army opposing you. And as long as this place is in jeopardy, as long as it could go both ways, no one dares to move. If this place falls, however, movement will occur. And a battle, a great battle between the two forces, will be prepared in the north. We shall travel there, and in the midst of the battle we shall punch our way through the front line to them, where we shall execute them. He looks to Kevin. We only need to get so close.
Kevin is absolutely stunned by this man. He gives like a half nod, like, you know, like shakingly as a yes.
With all of them dead, this rebellion will be pointless. And a greater danger will have been averted. So seems to say a little quieter.
Bree speaks slowly, turning towards Alaric. If the Black Fire is dead, then the war would end. Alaric?
Alaric nods and says, "Yeah. But if we die in the attempt and he doesn't die, then we just gave Bitterbridge away. At least this holds a better chance."
Bree gestures towards the Blood Raven and then, like, sweeps her arm all around. We have no assurance of holding Bitterbridge anyway, even after all of what we have done. Just because of our incredible success tonight, it does not mean that we can withstand everything that's out there, especially if Lord Tyrell's army doesn't make it, and we're attacked from the north as well.
Besides, If you bloody them too much, they will simply deem it unworth to keep this place and destroy the bridge. It is all possibilities, but none of them are in your favor in the long run. I'm not a man who is surprised easily. I was surprised by your doings today, and that is why I've come here in such a personal meeting.
Desertion will be a surefire way for us to be killed, regardless of the ends of the means.
Bree snorts. I disagree. Our family successfully sided with the correct king in our earlier history. We do so again. We will not suffer execution.
They didn't desert.
Will not be executed. I shall make sure of that myself.
Says a deserter. How am I to hold your honor when you have already broken it?
He smiles slightly. Says, I thought you knew me better than that. I have no honor.
Precisely. Then how can I take a man's word that has no honor? I would sooner take word from a pig, if it could only talk.
Says, perhaps it can, but you cannot listen.
Bree's eyes go into oh no territory. She thinks about the plants and the trees talking.
Perhaps.
Regardless, I had hoped that you would be ready. If you wish to die here, then this will be your grave. You can still retreat, and I imagine you will. Once the other side falls, and your forces cross the bridge, you will retreat back to the host, where you will fight. Fight to keep the Reach safe in a war that could have been ended. And then he shakes his head. The people behind him are just standing there in their dark clothing. It is hard to convince someone in a place and locale like this. But if you will accept what I have said once, you will learn to see the truth in it.
Out of character. I'm having a real hard time imagining Alaric leaving this place. And just leaving Ashra and the like to defend it. Because I can't imagine Ashra will leave. Or be invited to leave.
Yeah, this is it's not just a sense of loyalty to him for Alaric being a longtime knight. He also has his sponsor and trusted mentor and friend here as well.
Yeah, there's decades of history and as a player I'm all up for it and I'd be happy to, but as the character I don't know how I can justify it in his head.
I think the key here will be to get Ashra and companions with us. I think that's the only way we can get out of here.
I think if Ashra went with it, Alaric would. He doesn't give a shit about the rest of them. But, Alaric's been with Ashra for a very fucking long time, and just ditching him to possibly die is just...
Bree looks recovers her voice long enough to say, "My lord, will you give him," thumbing at Alaric, "some time to decide?"
Says, time is scarce, but I would want this place to fall tomorrow if possible.
Alaric just looks at the Blood Raven and says, I can't leave a man I've known most of my life to his death. I cannot do that. Not with good conscience.
Looks at you and gives you sort of a slight smile and says, to think that you can have such naivete even after so long. He smiles. It is a beautiful thing in its own way. Bravery. He smiles. I understand your concern, but I also know that your friend did not want to come here. He may be easier to convince of abandoning this place and falling back than most. You have won a victory. Perhaps that is to be accepted as one. Perhaps you have not sold this place without getting something in return. Now they are regrouping out there. They will burn everything before they attack again, and they might find it empty and burned at the same time. I would, however, also suggest that you do not mention my name. Your friend is a man sworn directly to the king, and I have been ordered an enemy of the realm. He might feel an honor-bound need to attempt my capture, and I would hate to have to make this place fall in more aggressive manners.
Alaric's eyes kind of narrow at that.
Alaric says, make no mistake. I will do what I need to do to make sure what is needed is done.
If I can convince Sir Ashra to retreat with the men here and give Bitterbridge up, then you could have my sword for this. But I
Looks
will
to the
not
others.
leave him to die. I think Keevan's up for it. I know Jonas is leaving, but yeah.
Yeah, Jonas, the player, is up for it, for sure.
Yeah.
Ren has been quiet listening to all this, trying to piece it all together with his limited knowledge. But he does understand it. He has the cunning, at least. Even with missing information to piece it all together. And kind of looks to Alaric and, basically hearing what he says, just nods to Alaric. I'll follow you with this.
He nods, looking then to Bree.
Are there any elephants where we're going?
John says, no. Nixon says, but if we fail, then before this is over, we will have to deal with worse than such things.
Bree blinks. Oh. Worse than elephants. Like, now, like, Bree's, like, trying to imagine, like, well, the elephant was maybe worse than the shadow cat. What's worse than an elephant? Bree looks back.
As he said that, basically as Bree thinks, he gives Alaric sort of a glance before looking back to her.
Just, well, Bree shrugs. Sure, I'll go.
He nods to Alaric and says, I will then ask you to talk to your friend. Convince him that this is what is needed, that you have won your victory and that you should leave. Remind him that although he and you do not necessarily have people who rely on you, there are those in your party who do. Staying for his honor would sacrifice their lives.
Alaric gives a slight nod.
If you do so, then follow the river on the north side, south. We shall find you there. Do not bring others. I have no interest in them.
Alaric nods again.
She looks back to Bree and says, and I have high hopes for you.
Nervous look, not smiling.
He just looks at her for a few moments.
It's returned. Then Bree looks away first. Bree loses the staring contest.
We will speak at a later point, I think. She'll basically just do sort of a gesture as people begin to sort of move between you. You know, stop them as they go away. He says back, regardless, you're already traitors, are you not? Letting me go like this.
Alaric scowls after him.
Alaric gets on Hugo, fucking rides, tries to trample.
Fucking come after me then.
They will basically just leave.
I got wounds and you don't. Well, you do, but I've got wounds and you can't kill me in one shot. Fuck you.
The night seems almost surreal after they have left.
Bree looks down at her broken wine bottle, like the glass shattered all across the stone.
Looks up to the keep. Crows are beginning to gather on the different towers sitting there, perhaps smelling the decay and waiting for a greater meal in better safety.
Rain kind of just looking back and forth to everyone, just in that kind of almost just like desperate looking for like someone to say something.
Right, so Ren, Kevin, in case you've never heard, you two never mind. That was Brendan Rivers. He's Bloodraven. He's one of the legitimized bastards of the previous king. He's accused of sorcery. He is also a great shot with his bow. He and I fought together in the last grand melee that House Caladan held. He was the Green Knight.
And he wants to kill the fire.
That's not all that he's asked of me, or that he's said to me. I think since he's now spoken to the group, it's okay if I speak a little. I'm just fucking Alaric mounts off the Hugo, I have to go to my friend.
Together we are strong.
Forever young.
Bree says to Rin and Kevin, should Jonas listen, he has said many things to me. That the world whispers and speaks, if you would but listen to it. He also has interpreted my dreams, and it seems that ever since I first met him. And she points towards the keep where all of the birds have gathered. They are always around. It's almost fitting, right? Birds. Blood Raven. Good talk.
I realize I partially on mute.
Good work, Doug.
Ren kind of just looks up nervously towards the keeper. After that, at the birds, just staring at them for a little bit. Back to Bree. They're kind of back to the keeper, back to Bree. I see. Everyone?
No, you don't see. And neither do I.
A frown on his face. A very confused one.
But we have these moments, and at least that's something. Would you like a drink?
Yes.
Good. I'll go to the cellar before it's set on fire.
Ren's face, as you start walking away, just turns to this deep panic for a second of, wait, it's fire about to shoot.
So yeah, there's a guy in the cellar now, only known to you now as Barmaster. He's taking up residence down there. He was a guard of some sort, probably.
All right.
Now he just brings people wine and ale when they ask for it.
Awesome.
The cellar is pretty big, and there's lots of barrels and whatnot, and he seems to have tasted a little bit of everything, so he knows where things are.
Life worth enjoying. Why not be the
Perhaps
barmaster?
his morale was broken during the battle, and he ended up down there, but no one asks.
So long as he gets to enjoy what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll then, because this is again a player thing, as we've had before. Halldamir, how do you think Alaric's conversation will go?
I mean, in the sense of what would Alaric say, or how I think it will go?
How do you think it will go?
I think it will start off rocky, and maybe Asher will go, okay, yeah, I kind of understand where you're going with this, and okay, I kind of understand that could just finish the war instead of a bitter, long out, drawn fight, and Asher doesn't like war in general, so the quicker we can finish it, the better, though he probably wouldn't like Alaric going off without him.
Does Alaric name who he's going off with?
No.
I'll ask how he got this idea.
He will say that the haunting dreams he's been having have been getting more and more vivid, and each time it gets closer and closer to this task, and things just can't be that clear in a dream.
This scares him a little,
Alaric is scared as well.
because Alaric, speaking of like holy dream visions, is not something he's used to. Then again, perhaps it's what's needed, and he doesn't see, as he made clear to Longthorn, much reason for people, good people, to die here, defending this thing. Basically, how would you like, as a player, for the outcome of that conversation to go?
As a player,
Do you think you want him to agree? Not want him to agree?
no, I think I want him to agree. Yeah.
All right. He's your sponsor, and he does have a special kind of love for you that, yeah, that no one else really understands, I think. And in the end, maybe he thinks that that you just need to do what you believe is right. And he'll do the same then, and take these people away from here. Take Caswell and the archers and all the people, stuff elephants in the doorway, and leave the rest at that.
And Alaric will be happy for it.
Alaric convinces honorable knights to abandon their post and retreat.
God, Eric Brister's gonna be so pissed.
He's gonna be riding away and he's gonna be like, Farron!
I'll fight you.
Yeah, I promise I'll fight you. Decides.
Yeah. And runs off and becomes a bandit or something.
Oh god.
All right then.
One scary bandit.
I suppose we'll begin next session then by joining up with the Raven's Teeth.
Yay? Question mark?
So our story goal is certainly no longer this anymore.
We did successfully survive Siege of Elephant, though. We can say that.
We'll probably maybe end this story goal after next session when we figure out what the hell the next one might be. Yeah. All right. It's in flux. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the session. We had to rush it a bit here at the end, but you know, it was some of the battle from the session before it that we didn't get to do, and then as long as people enjoyed themselves, I hope that was accomplished.
Yeah, it was good. I certainly enjoyed it. I love charging an elephant.
Although I don't know really what to do between like now and next session. Like I don't have anything to think about.
Nothing, I guess. Yeah.
It's time for one last infiltration.
One last infiltration, yeah.
The last night of glory and death. Yeah.
Bloodraven comes back. Actually, I've looked at the
If there's anything you want to do though, in like the day you have, with talking to the people that you're gonna be leaving, then that might be a thing, or even preparing things in the keep that you might want the people to find once they actually will go in here to take it over. It will be left, and they will not probably notice that you're all gone, since no one's really at the walls generally, until they actually attack it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think about that as well. But definitely taking an elephant tusk, because, you know, those can be made into awesome horns. And, like,
Sure.
be
Far
cool.
out with that big thing.
Yeah, you can, like,
Or so
hollow it
Alaric heard
out.
once.
Hollow it out and, you know.
Gonna need this. All right.
Yeah, it'll look awesome one day.
What about the other 15 elephants?
Yeah, so our kill count is a tied kill between Alaric and Varron.
It only counts for one.
Yep.
One kill for Mantha.
And
I
one
killed
from
Stillborn.
Ren. That's hilarious. I can't believe
And I
you
stabbed
managed it.
As I stabbed it in the eye of a rapier, essentially.
You're just gonna slow it down enough that you can execute it.
Yeah.
Like, I legitimately didn't even know if I would get through its, like, I don't know how much, armor it had. It had hide and armor. It's like,
I mean, like, I can imagine it had a decent armor rating from its natural armor, but, like, if it had just, like, full plate barding, then...
No.
No?
They would not have. They would not have. There's a limit to how much money you want to spend on an elephant. An elephant full plate barding is very expensive. Very, very expensive. It has a lot of hide, just dice, and then it has some natural protection too as well.
I'm pleased I successfully jumped on an elephant. Thank you. And then stuck the landing with 2 seconds.
People are never going to believe all these stories.
And then shouted, "Wreath in flames!" as like the wax I got from the pyromancers covering me, and like the burning oil or pitch is like struck up in the background. Like they all go back to the camp. Like I want to hear like the fucking mercenaries explain this shit.
You don't understand. There was a little girl punching the elephant. She killed it with her bare hands.
Tore out its eyeball.
I know. And then this big balding man jumped off the gatehouse onto an elephant, started punching it. Then people with swords walked up to the elephant. One charged it. He survived being trampled.
Twice.
He was still standing.
We tried stabbing him, but it just seemed to do nothing.
We thought of knocking him down too late.
Yeah.
Fireball is a pragmatic man, and you can probably expect that he thinks he has paid enough for this place now.
Yeah, he's just gonna burn it to the ground.
In that case, just like, fuck it, just gonna burn it. Fuck the bridge. Like, even if it gets destroyed, like, the other army over there can figure it out.
Yeah.
They can deal with the Tyrells by themselves. We'll go north and kick some ass.
Exactly what I would do, to be fair. Like, oh, you're gonna cost me too much to actually take this place? I'm gonna fucking burn it to the ground and then come and kill you.
It goes back to the point that Bree brought up last session. Like, as long as they see value in keeping the bridge, then they'd want to keep it. But the moment that, like, the cost outweighs it, Fireball sounds smart enough to just say nope. Especially after all of the desertions and the self-murdering that the mercenaries have done, which in no way at all was triggered by my daring success.
Yeah.
Did you like challenge the chief in a brawl or something? You slam down your flag, me fight.
If you want like a better look at like an example of like how the process worked, I did upload like an unlisted video of it that I reckon I'll make public in a few days now. And I even posted about it on Twitter, which had me like doing the dice rolls. It also includes a link to the motivations there. But essentially what Bree did was she used her awareness to find isolated targets, like people alone in tents or people walking off to like go use the river for something. She used stealth to creep up to them so that she could stealth kill them. She used athletics to stash the bodies in places while using adhesive to glue candle wicks to their lips with a note on each candle wick saying "wreathed in flames" on it in blood. And then she used her deception to spread horrifying rumors about these mutilated bodies and mutilated some of them to build that up too.
Yeah.
She was very reckless. Manikai says she personally killed around 30 people, and the mercenaries pretty much like bit into each other for the rest. Plus the desertions. And then I stole some shit, which I pointed out, which apparently those slave documents got Lord Castamere on board. Castamere. God damn it. Yeah, Caswell. There we go. Castamere.
So many houses, so many names.
Yeah. I will say that I personally don't feel cheated. I think the risks I took paid off well.
Mm-hmm.
I feel as if I was properly rewarded for taking insane risks. And that destiny point went on fire along with the entire camp.
Yeah, it didn't go well for them. But I mean, you know.
But no, Halldamir, it didn't specifically target like one mercenary commander. Bree can't fucking tell the difference. Like, they all look like Eastern barbarians speaking their crazy languages. Bree doesn't know them.
Alaric understands.
Bree just picked people.
Yeah.
But, that's why Kevin was more terrified, though, because he got to bite into some of like the rumors that she spread around about what she was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The brave killings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, don't know if I have anything more to say. Really. We went a little over time here, more than usual. But you can't really have this kind of question in the beginning of a session, can you?
No.
That would have me prepare way over what's needed, because half of it would be really useless. Yeah.
Half of us might
I
not
could-
have
It's
even
never
been
entirely
here.
useless, but you know.
And it seems like this group is I guess I thought that the war would go on more for whatever reason, and perhaps we could choose that, but it seems that we stupid fucking insane adventurers want to go do this stupid fucking insane thing again after the
Yeah.
last stupid fucking insane thing we did.
This is
Like,
stupid
I don't-
fucking insane, and now we're just going on to something else.
Like, the only reason I've chosen this is because it appeals to my character. Like, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
she's mildly terrified of Bloodraven, and
The only reason Alaric's doing this is because strategically this makes a whole lot of fucking sense. But, like, other than that, this is stupid and idiotic, and we shouldn't be doing this. God damn it.
Ren kind of wants to minimize the amount of fighting he has to do, which it seems like a better option.
I mean, Bloodraven could be full of perfect lies and bullshit. Bree didn't bother doing awareness and empathy. She's fucking scared of him. Like,
I mean, pretty much. I probably wouldn't have beaten his deception anyway.
Probably not. I mean, I definitely wouldn't. With my haunted, which I'm sure is his fucking fault.
What are you talking about? How could it be his fault? It's just your dreams.
it's like, you guys actually did too damn well. I kind of thought this thing would fall today. This is awkward here.
You've ruined all my fucking plans, god damn it. What am I meant to do?
You were supposed to lose.
So I need to recruit you guys so you stop derailing what's supposed to happen. Come with me.
Yeah.
I could watch over you.
Stop fucking up my plans, you idiots. God damn it. Die, will you? Fuck. Just roll over and die already.
I don't actually want to talk or even face any of the NPCs. I just like want to leave like tonight.
Yeah.
Like no bother with myself. I don't think
Yeah.
Bree, like, even if Bree cared enough, she doesn't know how to explain this to anyone. Like, all right, Mancer, I'm leaving the rest of the elephants to you. Just leave.
I've got a present.
The thing is, Ren's solution to that problem is, I'm going with the Lord Commander.
Yeah.
You know. And despite being impressed by, like, Longthorn, she's more impressed / afraid of Bloodraven, and Leo did side with House Peak 10 years ago and say, no, they're keeping the boy as a ward.
Oh, I'm just looking at numbers here quickly.
And the Longthorn was partying in the Westerlands instead of actually looking over his Highgarden during our trial. So, he's kind of been a derelicting his own duty as well. That's Bree's rationalization connection. The Longthorn also can't send fucking birds after her. And doesn't teleport to her to, like, ask her about dreams and tell her that the trees are whispering to her. Say, good, it's good that you're now afraid. That's what you should be. That was the purpose of that moment.
Yeah.
But Ren would have gone wherever essentially Sir Alec goes, because either way he basically sees it that worst case scenario he like, why did you do this? Point to Sir Alec.
How do you feel, Manikai, other than exhausted?
I enjoyed my time. I never like rushing some of the stuff that I have, but I had like, it's the only way it's gonna work out. And again, it's about having fun, and there's so many things that I want to show you guys and share with you guys. And no matter where you go and what you do, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be something cool happening there. Because there's so much cool shit happening. I love it, and it's great to
You
have.
do better than you expect on Trial by Elephant.
Well, you do have a very defensible position where they can't really shock as much as before. It's more like running in, then hitting a wall, and then sort of being stabbed to death. But yeah, I have looked forward to the elephants for a long time. The elephants are good. They're great things. Might not be last time we see the elephants. Depends on where you go.
I didn't think they were disappointing. I would say that I figured that Will Courage test would have been fitting.
Yeah, I had planned that, but I forgot it.
I was actually surprised about that too. Like fucking Bree was unsure. Like, I'm gonna jump into the air.
I forgot about that, but it is in the note on the elephant right here. Yeah.
I was I figured like maybe we're not making them because we're too stupid to realize how dangerous they are, except for Farron.
Being judged by elephants certainly should have been a courage check, but
What difficulty courage check was it supposed to be?
12 generally.
Formidable will test.
Oh.
Which
Fuck away.
Which makes perfect sense because I mean.
Yeah, but I was trying to keep things quick because we begin to run out of time, so people have to leave and whatnot. And, yeah, I mean it's what happens. It might not be the last time we see elephants. Who knows? Who knows, right? If you guys like them, you can always go to Valentis. There's plenty of them there.
Yes. Our next.
We must invade Valentis and kill the Aachen there.
All right. Alaric wants to find a dragon egg and a Valyrian steel greatsword. So we're off to old Valyria.
The stone men, you know.
Yeah.
Get sick and die.
Mechanically, Valyrian steel isn't even great in this game. Like +1 to damage. Ooh.
Yeah, but you know, if one of those drunk nights happens again, and
we can stab people who use magical shields and whatnot. Think about that. Oh wait, no, they don't exist anymore.
Like what?
When the White Walkers come, we'll be prepared. I mean, wait, actually no, they're fairy tales, so.
I didn't even know that was it. Yeah. Like, although we might be going up to the north after this.
It is in Valyrian. It would be known as spell-forged steel. So, you know.
Yeah.
It's fucking magic swords, but they don't work anymore. So, whatever cool things they had once isn't really there. It's just very glittery and nice swords.
I like to imagine that wherever we're being taken, like it's gonna be like full of people who don't know who the fuck we are, and like who the fuck are these people? Like okay, those two are really big, but like okay, Alaric, yeah, I succeeded on my status test. Like I kind of know who you are. You're pretty far from home, dude.
Yeah.
Allegedly, it's in the northern parts of the realm, which, when you're in the Reach and you say the north, you didn't really mean like the Riverlands.
Yeah.
So.
Like the neck is really as far as we think.
The north, no one even like.
No one goes there.
Fuck that
Who
place.
wants to go there? It's so cold.
Like they have decent number of people, but they're so spread out. Like they're as big as the rest of the realm. It's just there's just.
Yeah. So it's just we're like going to like a new place where no one knows what the fuck we are, and like. Like,
I mean,
we get to have the song of dance. We get to have the song of dance of why are you sending a little girl in the fight again?
Like, what's the Marshers again?
Yeah, like you're Lord Commander of like the marshes. Like, what the hell are you doing up here?
Far away and unimportant to us.
Like, I must have failed on my test here because you can't do that.
They will know as much about the whole problem you have down there with bandits and the vultures as you currently know about the clans of the Mountains of the Moon.
Nothing.
Yeah.
We know they exist, but
probably
are they an issue?
I didn't know they exist.
That's true. You don't know shit about mountain people.
Does Alaric know that much about Moon Mountain people?
He knows of them. He doesn't know if they're still around.
He's probably heard like the popular rumors that are set in the Reach.
Yeah.
He has traveled.
I've been up to that kind of neck of the woods.
He's probably been to like Gultown, maybe. Vale.
Yeah, like
that's a big city after all.
As far north as like maybe the neck. That's it. Or he did that like once maybe. Or once upon a time in his early days. He doesn't remember much.
Bothered. He never went north of like River Run, pretty much. There's no point to go up there. It's cold. There's nobody there. Sucks. Like, why? It's
There are
not,
walls
it's not a
that
fun
are-
place. Not a fun place.
There's a wall that people think is huge. Pff, crazy.
And there's
What is it, like 2-3 feet taller than the wall we were fighting on?
Nah. Our walls are pretty low, so you know.
That's true. There's not a lot of good quarries in the Reach, really, and they haven't really historically been great friends with either the Stormlands nor the Westerlands. And the Dornish Mountains are not really a great place to go quarrying. So stone building materials have been rather scarce to come by.
Like, who would want to ruin these beautiful farm and flower fields in exchange for like setting up a quarry?
Yeah, there's
Who the fuck wants
tons
to dig a
of
hole?
great fertile land.
Yeah, we'll just feed the Seven
There's a
Kingdoms.
reason, like, that basically once you brought the Reach into the Blackfire forces had about 50% more people. Now they have less in total numbers than the others, because the Reach is such a significant amount just by itself.
Yeah.
It's huge. Even with like a fourth of it breaking off or a fifth of it rebelling against them, still huge.
In Royal Military, they're rank 1.
Yeah, so many people. There's just people everywhere.
Yeah.
They have
Population.
food, and they have soldiers, and knights, lots of
In
horses on their horse fields, and
Civ time, I
most
imagine
knights of anyone. Yeah, I mean, you don't
I imagine going to
deal-
do demographics right now on Civ, and it's just like the Reach, first in population, first in crop yield, first in military.
The real problem they have, though, is their defensive strength. They don't have a lot of that. They have the big Mander River, which is really the sort of the
Pain in the
key
ass.
point to controlling the
Yeah.
Reach.
Man, the end of this session was such a twist. I thought like we might have to like ditch this area, but then we would go fucking like down south.
Well, you could have.
Maybe we still can. We just spurn the Blood Raven.
Yeah.
Certainly can. So I would like to know that.
I don't think we're gonna do that.
Just,
Yeah.
Like
There's
this is
war. You have learned, through Jonas at least, about the attack on Dorne.
like house and family matters. Like this just goes so far beyond that. What the hell are we doing?
We don't even know at this point.
Getting carried away in the dreams of heroism.
I'm not. Like, what the
You're getting
hell is
dragged. You're getting dragged away by fantastical birds.
It's true. Maybe Alaric's going crazy. Maybe Bree's going crazy. Maybe we're all going crazy. and the Blood Raven's
Alaric's
not
supposed
even
to be the
around.
responsible one here. Like, what the shit?
He's old.
You're saying you're senile.
And, you know, his vice is that he's ambitious, and this is pretty cool.
And I guess like this is a shot to end the war and for his name to be recognized
Oh,
to
fuck
someone
yeah.
who ended the war.
Be like, you know, Alaric,
I could
Caladan,
put King
and...
Spain to my name.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, Prince Spain, but
Yeah.
you know,
And be like, you know,
I can't call him a king publicly.
Depending which family wins the war will depend on
You know,
who's title.
and then fuck having like a shitty little like landed house down there and like the Reach.
Oh,
You might be
fuck it.
fucking promoted to the Kingsguard once it's all said and done. Like fuck
oh
you.
no, he would.
And he'll get a
reject
room
Kingsguard.
and
Fuck
a
that.
cloak.
All the bitches you want in King's Landing.
Well, I mean, he's not technically allowed to enjoy bitches, but you know, it's
Well, it's not as if he follows all of the virtues
you know,
technically.
I think if Alaric can hear one day in his decrepit form people speaking of the older man in that giant house or that keep that was one of the people to break the rebellion, you know, that'd be cool. That's cool.
He also needs to get back to his betrothed because it seems like maybe he's running away from that too, right? Wink, wink.
He just
I
needs
don't
one
want
more
to get
adventure.
married.
At this point, if we can just finish the war, then he can just get married. Because,
We just need to win the war.
yeah,
And
I admit I would be really interested in diving back into politics and intrigue and the aftermath of like what happens, like win or lose, like how the fucking house like weathers this, like Desmond fucking reads everything, like, and then what?
and then they did what?
Yes, I want to see at the end of this. Sir Alaric, just submit a written like account of everything we've done.
Yeah, he just puts down like this tome in front of Decim and says, "This is the accounts."
And then he reads it, and you just hear screaming from the Raven's Roost.
It's either that or like he receives like a letter like, Decim Caladan, you've been cordially invited to come to King's Landing to hear the tales of
to listen to either the deserters or the heroes of the war.
Yes, the trial of Alaric Caladan
for attempted regicide.
Well, the other side of the coin, the hero of the Seven Kingdoms.
That's it, right?
The slayer of
So-
usurpers.
Either you're a traitor and an oath breaker, or a hero.
That's right. And like, what's the Longthorn gonna do against you if like, you know, you have like the king's blessing after having ended the war, right?
Fuck knows. Not let me in High Garden? That's a punishment as it is.
Well, I mean, a force like you could not, like Alaric would just have to move on from the household. Like, such great fortune and fame would await him with his ambition. Like, he'd be a recognized name.
Decim, you're not good enough for me.
I'm out of here now. Like, maybe you would be elevated to be able to claim like a title of your own.
Perhaps.
Yes.
Lord Alaric of Respite.
Well, not
Kick
that
Lanus
guy.
out. Fuck you. Get out. It's mine now.
Bit much ambition, but you know.
I mean,
The
like,
king goes, "You are granted one request. Anything, and I shall give it to you." How's Canada?
I don't think that's
what?
like the request. I don't think that's what Alaric's request.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it wouldn't be.
I mean, if he said anything,
Yeah, anything. Well, you know, I'll be Lord Canada, please.
I shall be king.
Yeah, I shall be king. What? But no. Yeah, you said anything.
So you must be mad. Take him to the maester to be dealt with.
And then I become Sir Robert
or like,
Strong.
or you say like king, he's like, oh, was that I heard King's Guard? And you're like, oh, yes, I invite you to my King's Guard. Shit, can't say no.
No,
It's
you
getting
definitely
to that
can.
point of king's cafeteria, and war usually leaves vacancies.
Yeah, you definitely can say no to becoming a King's Guard. Many people do.
Yeah, Bible did
Yeah.
because he was offered first, and they were like, "Oh, but we named a different guy, even though you just literally, your wife gave up her life to become a silent sister, and your children like took the black, so that you would not have them because they did it for you, so you could become a king's guard. Oh, but in the meantime, we filled the vacancy by someone else."
Mechanically you can say no, but like in practice, like
Oh no, in
It is
the
difficult.
history,
You don't
it's
become a friend if you.
No, you're not liked, and you're not going to be.
It's a
in
good way
any
to throw away your
audiences.
reputation, generally.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you like take the black or do something else that's like the same sort of commitment level.
I shall fight the vultures till my last day.
Again, if you get asked and you have a wife, it's kind of expected that she would go become a nun, so that you could, you know.
I
pursue
don't
that.
think they would take her though. Let's be
No,
honest
but-
here.
It would be like, so you decided that you are more important than the king's safety, then? Okay.
I fucking killed
Well,
the king just for
Interpret
him.
that.
Piece of shit.
you didn't kill the king, you killed a rebel.
I killed a
Prince.
usurper
That's
for
right.
him. you
An
know?
attempted.
An
That's right.
attempted
I mean,
usurper.
it's just saying it's all about how you spin it, Alaric.
Yeah.
You know, my oath towards not just my wife but the gods is more important. Like God's more important than king.
In that case, maybe Alaric's like ambition might get him into trouble from being too successful.
Yeah.
But the High Septon says that the gods would be happy with it.
You're supposed to be on my side.
I burn Destiny Point to get the shit out of this.
I burned that in to auto compel him to agree with me.
Hopefully you're very good at talking and have talking skills.
I do have Destiny Points though, so I could
You're not
fight
the
my
only
way
one.
But then the king's like, no, I really want you in the King's Guard. Oh, fuck.
I'm like, okay, I will burn my last
I took
one.
the cohort thing. You're mine.
Fuck.
I don't know. Being cohort of the king sounds pretty cool to me.
It does sound pretty
Now get
cool,
behind
doesn't
me.
it?
Give me those bonuses to defense. I'm in front. Yeah. I mean, you know, that certainly isn't a bad thing. Becoming Kingsguard is a pretty damn good thing.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
there's only so many, and you get to be in the white book, and it'll be remembered forever. It's really
Maybe-
forever
maybe one day.
until this kingdom falls and the land is gone, and yeah.
Maybe one day he will write in the white book.
Oh, that's man. Now he's being really ambitious.
Well, I mean, like if Alaric's gonna do it at this point, he might as well just
Oh,
go
come
all
on.
the way.
You know, if he's gonna go Kingsguard, he might as well go all the fucking way. You know,
Like-
he started off as some shitty general in some shit place, and like now he's Lord Commander of the Marches, and now you know.
He hears that and cries a little.
Yeah. You know, he single-handedly rescued Leo Longthorn Tyrell from Rob Rain of Casimir.
That's what he'll
While
write in the
protecting
white
his
book.
young niece, who was also dragged into the battle.
Yeah. That's
She
what
was
he'll write.
unharmed.
And then Alaric will secretly like be terrified of like any time like Bree's name is mentioned. Like, no. It's
Lady
not real.
Brienne, no, of House Tarth. Oh, okay, wrong, different Brienne. Oh fuck, thank God.
Because that's not in 100 years.
That's not 100 years.
And
A bad
Alaric
destiny
plans on
point
living
for him
a
to
bit.
live forever.
That sounds like more than a major like addition.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
time is avoiding certain death, right?
You die. I burned my last destiny point to not die from time.
Now I have to go complete a story goal to get another
Yeah.
destiny point.
I am off to go to Valyria. That is the only thing I can accomplish now.
The Lord Commander of the Kingsguard fucking
He
abandons
fucking leaves.
Kingsland in search of a destiny point.
The king's like, go get Lord Alaric, and it's like, Sir Alaric is like, he's gone, sir. He left on a boat. What? Where? To old Valyria. He's gone mad.
He's gone to the Doom? Why? In search of destiny?
He said something about destiny, and he needed one spare for something. I'm not sure.
Go there. Burn Destiny should not have grayscale.
His life becomes the search for destiny points and the burning of them, so he doesn't die. He comes back in 1,000 years. I live. I have 10. I've done so much. I found a Lannister that went there and disappeared. He didn't find any Valyrian steel before he died. I found the cure to grayscale. The doom of Valyria is gone. It's great. Don't worry about it. The
Now
dragon's
that's
the
some
iron-
serious ambition right there.
The Ironborn have so few Valyrian steel swords because they usually sink.
You know,
It's hard to get them back after a loss.
the dragons are back. It's great. Old Valyria is now Valyria in general. So
Alaric trying to stay positive now after everything he's endured in this game.
yeah, honestly, he has to. Otherwise, it's a downward spiral. Let's be honest here. It wouldn't work.
No. I mean, I don't think we're too far from the bottom. The downward.
We really are not. The
What
downward
suicidal
spiral
thing
would
will
not
we
go
do
very
next?
far. Yeah.
God, we're not adventurers. We're supposed to be supporting
We're just
our
supposed to
house.
be people. Not like, let's go on an adventure. We're like, let's not die
no.
horribly. And
At this point, the rules certainly support being very spectacular people. Let's say.
I think it's easy to say that we are being written in the history books one way or another now.
I don't
That's it.
want to be spectacular.
Probably. You could still die in a ditch somewhere and then...
You could
well,
you could always have your name stricken from history. It's happened before.
It's very true.
well, if the history writers die or aren't around now,
Yeah.
you could be drowned in the many people who do heroic deeds in a great war. Every battle's gonna have a few, right?
Yeah.
I mean, saving the long fall note, that's given us a good head start.
That's given us a good head start. That's very true. All
That's
right.
what's important. A head start.
But on that note, I'm going to bed. So
sounds
thanks.
like a pretty good idea.
I think so.
Thanks for the session. Thanks, chat, for being here and watching. And well, most of you have left now, but the people that are still around, thanks.
Also, why are you still around?
I don't even understand.
Because they just like us that much. Or they're American, I guess.
Make
Probably.
Westeros great again. They're following along.
Yeah.
Build another wall?
We'll build another wall. We'll
Aha.
build one along the
Oh,
entire
wait for
border.
it. We'll keep out all the Eastern barbarians.
Yeah. And we'll make
Seawall.
them pay for it. Alright, stream's over. Bye, guys.